Hello everyone, we're back with some more Artisan of Glimmith. I'm very excited. I'm going to do what I did last time and attempt to do puzzles without actually looking at the answers. Now the last time that we left off, we were trying to solve this one, weren't we? Yeah, and I got like this far, and I didn't know what to do next. Because these are both opposites right now, aren't they? Hmm. Now, how many is this one at the moment? 14. So, like, this one has to go here, right? And then this one has to go here. But then we've got 15, 16. And then maybe this does the rest. Oh, there we go. Alrighty. Solved it immediately after coming away and thinking about it. This one's much easier as well. All of that is like necessary. We block this off, and then we've got this one that needs to come out, so that one's blocked off. Maybe I've gotten over my sickness and everything is going way better. That's what we'll hope anyway. Maybe after I finish this, we will just immediately fail and have to be back to square one. Alrighty, so this one goes here, I think. I'll explain why just in like 2 seconds. Let's get back to here. So, if this one went up, right? Let's say it goes up. Then would have to have like a separate region here, and then this region has nowhere to go. So that's why it goes here. Now, this one, again, if we had a separate region here, it would have nowhere to go. So this one actually does go here. This one's locked in. This one goes here. That one's locked in. And so on and so forth. Until we are able to lock this one out. Now theoretically this one could be this region, but then look at what we've got left. We don't actually, oh no, we could do this. And then that. There we go. Let's do another 3. Now let's look at this one for a second. Can't go around this way because then it's sharing the same color. So like at the very most it could do this, for example. We're also on... I'm just going to try and solve it just through vibe coding. And we'll see how that works for me. It might not, it might work. Well, so far it seems alright, to be honest. It's just this one that's a little bit odd. Because, yeah. Alrighty. Where did I think I went wrong? I think that probably perish. Yeah, let's restart. Let's think about this now. So I'm going to do all the ones that are like somewhat necessary. Now we know that this one and this one are different colors. For example, this one and this one are different colors. This one and this one are different colors. This one theoretically could go up here as well. But then, well, let's think about. Let's think about this one for a second. I don't actually think that that's necessarily correct. Well, what we do know is this one, right? We know that it goes 1, 2, 3, and then 4, at least. Again, with this one as well. So this one must come here. That one's just correct. Now, one of these two has to go around this one, and it has to be this one. So that's correct. So we know that that one comes out to at least there. This one now needs to come over to here and over to here. That one's locked in. This one now needs to come out. This one needs to come out. This one needs to come out. That one's locked in. Now these two could theoretically link up, so just ignore the fact that they are different colors now. This one of course could go up here. Actually, I think this one has to link up, right? Because if this one's a different color, then it's just got nowhere to go. So that one locks in. That one locks in. Now this one does that. This one does this. This one links up with this. And then goes here, probably. And that one's the rest. Alrighty. That was somewhat simple. Maybe my brain actually has not recovered from that sickness that I was talking about in the last episode. Or maybe it has and I'm just stupid. That's also a valid response. Okay. This is immediately wrong. So we know that this one does at least like that. Then this one can be like this. But we know that it's not a cross because a cross just can't go here. But we know that at least goes one into this area. So like that would be fine. Or this. They're basically the same shape. Now how are we going to make that? So like that would be fine, for example. Those would be both the same shape. This would be a 5 area. Now 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So this is not correct, but it's close enough to correct. Like that would be fine, but then we've got the same problem. It does need to go at least one out here. Well, let's think about it the other way then, with this one up here. That's just the same shape, isn't it? Like that. And then we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 down here, so that's just not good enough. What's another way to do this? Because if we take out too many here, then we're just leaving 4, for example. But if we do something like that, like an L shape. But we know that it only takes 2. Maybe something like this. But then we're leaving a 1 gap here, so we can't do that. It needs to go into the corner somehow. What about like a W? Well, a W is fine, but as long as we do just 1 in here. What about something? That's the same shape that I've already made. Maybe something like that. 2, 1, 2. Like that. That would be it. Again, we've got 6 there. That would be it. There we go. I think that works. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So there's an L shape. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And that's the final bit. 3. Okay. This one has to be 5s, and that one's locked in. That one's locked in. This one's locked in. And this one's locked in. Now this one can't be the thing, so this one at least does this. 1, 2, 3, 4, yeah. Now it could go like this, for example. So that's why we're not marking off anything in this area right now. This one, again, we're just marking off 1, 2, 3, because it could be like this. So we can't mark off anything up this way. Now this one could be like that. That would be the same shape. But we actually know it's not that because of that corner piece. That corner piece is just 1. Every shape has to be 5. So that's why. Now it could be like this, for example, which is actually fine. Then we've got another like little 5 piece here that locks in. We've got another 4 piece here. Now this could be either here or here. We don't know yet, so I'm just going to leave it like that. This L piece. Yeah. Could be like that. That's fine. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, for example. Then this could be like this. Lock that one in. And then let's lock this one in for posterity and just see if we can fill in the rest of this just with 5s. Yep, perfect. You know how the game says that like each thing only has one valid solution? That's another one in which I think that there's probably multiple, but we're just not seeing it. Or maybe I'm wrong. If I'm wrong, tell me. I want to know. I reckon these must all go out like that. Well, that one can't. But I see. That's fine. There we go. Perfect. One of them had to go into the middle there, so I just did that and then the rest solved itself. Like, maybe that one's rotationally symmetrical, for example. Does rotationally symmetrical count as different solves, or is it all just the same solve? Just rotational. 4 and a 3. There we go. Let's do this 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Those need to be. This needs to come out. 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 This now needs to do this. So this one can't do that, for example. That's 2 of the same shape. Oh no, it's meant to be 2 of the same shape. This one can't be. It has to be different. So that one's just a straight line. Because if it did that, they'd not be the same. So this one has to be just a straight line. This one has to be just a straight line. This one now can't be a straight line, so either it goes this way or this way. If it went this way, then this one would have to come up like this and make a 2 gap. So that doesn't work. Well, there we go. Now this one probably has to be like a square. That one then is like that. That one then does that. This one then does this. This one does this. That one does that. Now these ones are different. I think this one's just a straight line. This one's an L. And then we've got a Z and a square in here. Perfect. Alrighty. Let's do a 4 now. We did a 4 earlier, so maybe we can manage the 4. If not, I can just give up. That's fine too. So those are different. That needs to expand out. What else? These two are different. These two are different. I mean, like, technically these two are different as well. What we don't know is whether this one and this one are different. But if, like, let's say that they are connected, these, then this one would also have to go up, because it would need to be at least 3 long. Though, yeah. Could that work? No, because then it would have to be at least 4 long just because of the brace here. And the 4 long doesn't work here because then it's both different and equal. So these are actually different shapes. That's what I was trying to solve there. So what we know is that, let's say that this one was 1, 2, 3, 4, or 1, 2, 3, 4. It doesn't have to be like that, but could it theoretically be a Z? Yes, it could do that. So let's think about that for a second, right? If this is a Z, this is a Z, right? These are locked in. Now this one has to come out and not be a Z. This one then has to be a Z. It doesn't work because you can see immediately, like this one's, and then we've got a single gap here. So I had to visualize it. To be able to actually see it, but yeah, it ain't a Z. Well, it could be as an L like that. That's fine. But then we've got that problem. Yeah, so I think this one does just do this. Then this one has to be equal. Then this one has to be different. This one has to be different to an L. But if it goes down here, it has to be the same as an L. So it goes this way. This one has to be an L. This one's then's a straight line. This one then comes out. This one then comes out. This one's then an L. This one's then different, of course. Again, I think this one can't be a Z. I'll just explain it for a second. Is that's the reason. Oh no, well, this one is not a Z, so it could actually be Z. Ah, I thought those were the two were the same, but they're actually different. Well, this one and this one are different, but these ones could be the same. Like it could be an L piece like this, for example. And then this one could be a straight. But this one's not a... Oh, it could be a straight. It could be like this, for example. This. And then like this. No, the only issue with that is that this one actually has to do something like this. And this one has to probably do something like this. No, because then it's equal and different. So what we know, okay, let's Z all of this for a second, is that this one goes this way. Oh, no, this way. These ones are the same. Yeah, that's fine. So this one is like this one's like this. There we go. Now this one has to come out. It could theoretically be a Z piece, and it could theoretically be a now piece. I don't see anything wrong with either one of them. Now piece would be either like this or like this. And a Z piece would be either like this, well, just like that. And then it'd be like this on this side. Both of those are fine. There's actually literally nothing wrong with them on either way. So I don't think that that's it. I do think it might have something to do with this one, but maybe that's just me guessing this up. This one can't be an now piece because that would leave, a gap there. It can't be a square. It can't be, so it has to kind of go here. Then it needs to kind of go either here or here. We don't know. If it's an L, this one could theoretically do something like this, and then they'll be the same. That can no longer be the same. So actually, does this one have to go into this area? Not necessarily. It could do something like that, for example. Then this one could be like this. Ah, that one can't. Okay. Thank you, game, for telling me that. This one is a Z, so we can just ignore all of this for a second. So that one's a Z, that one's a Z. Those are both correct. This one is a T piece? No? Oh, God. It can't be a T piece. Oh no, it can. I just need to erase this wall. That one's locked in, that one's locked in. All of that's fine. This one cannot be a Z, so it can't go like this, for example. Could go like this, but that will leave a two piece. So it's like that, I think. That one can be like that, that's fine. This needs to be not a Z, so it could be something like that, for example. I don't like that though. I like this better. Because then this one would be like this. This one now has to be different. It'd be just a straight line. Those ones are equal. Perfect. I think I'm done with this rule set though. Oh, by the way, what do you guys think of my breathing animation? You like it better, or? I'm curious to know. Neighboring regions must have different shapes. So this is all wrong already. This one kind of has to go like this. Yeah. And then this one just never has to touch. So like that. This one can then be like that. That one then be like that. That's fine. One or three. I like these ones. These ones are cool. So like for example, if this one's a 3, this one, this one, this one, and this one need to all be 1s, which is just not possible. And if this one is a 3, that's fine. So that's most likely what it is. This one then needs to be 3. This needs to lock in at a 1. This one needs to be a 3. This one needs to lock in at a 1. This one needs to be a 3, 1, and 1. Again, this is a 3, but we don't know exactly how it goes. What we do know is that these two are the same, but there's no way to mark that. So this one could be a 3. That's a 1, and that's a 1. This one could be a 3, but it can't actually be like that, for example. That. No. That. That. And that. Perfect. I was saying how much I enjoyed this rule set, and then I just completely fucked up. Because we could do like this, for example. And this one needs to be a 4, so it needs to come out like that. There we go. This one needs to come out. That one. But then we've got this same problem. So something's in the middle here. I think that a 4 needs to be in the middle, like this. What does this do? Could be rotational as well. No, that doesn't work. And it won't work any of the other ways. Maybe if it's like touching the edge like this. No, because we've still got that same problem where we're doing like this. We need to not have... We need to have like an edge on a border, for example. This will put one in the middle, which I don't hate actually. Because then, yeah, we can just do this. And that's that and that. And then this. And that's that and that. Yeah, perfect. Alrighty. Sometimes it pays to think about things, Gareth. Bloody hell. I see. Well, we're starting in the right place, right? Now this one has to be different, so that one has to do that. This one has to be different, so it has to do that. This one has to be like this. Then these two need a touch. This one has to be like this. This one probably needs to be like this. And like this. Oh, I don't know. Okay, perfect. Oh, and that's exploded that glass. Nice. We've also got a whole new region over here. We could also just skip all the way over to here. But, you know. Maybe we'll pick some ones over here for now. You guys ever do this when you're playing puzzles? You do like a little smattering. Oh, immediately does not work. Let's think about this 4. This 4 is a good place to start. So it can't go this way, it can't go this way. So it has to go this way. Like that. Then this one no longer can't go up, can't go down, so it has to go right. Now this one, you might remember that I did like this in the past. It actually goes like this, because this one needs to have a 4. This one needs to do this. That's all fine so far. Now, think about this 4 one. It can't go up and down, so it has to go right. Now, we know that at the very minimum, it has to start... Well, like, it could start here. Could start here, could start here. Either one is fine. But if it does start here, then this and this are both taken. So that's that. Now, that's fine. Yeah. I don't see anything to do with that, but this one does need to come out. This one needs to come out. Can't gain with this one because then that would be a 5 area, so this one comes this way. Now this one doesn't necessarily go here, but either way it comes down, right? So at the minimum it will come down into here, and that would push this one out another one. Now let's think about this T. So at this T is just shaped like this. It can't be shaped any other way. This one now needs to come out and do this little zigzag. This one now needs to go this way. This one now needs to be shaped like a T. Now this L shape is certainly interesting. It's like this, and then the rest is just solved. Let's do, what one do I like? This one. Well, that one goes out. That one goes out. But then that one can't be a straight line. So it has to do, well, it could be like that, for example. Or it could be like that. This one's now 3. This one's now an out. Are these all different or rose windows? No, so they've just got the rose window constraint. They don't need to be different or anything like that. All regions must be exactly 2. So this one has to come out, it can't go any other way. This one needs to come out, can't go any other way. This one needs to come out, can't go any other way, so on and so forth until we finish the puzzle. You don't need me to repeat it all the time. I've got this. That one, that one, that one, that one, and then these two are like this. Alrighty. What's this one? More rose windows. So this one needs to come out. We've got a whole bunch of areas. Now, every area must have a rose window, right? This one can only get a rose window by going like that. This one can only get a rose window by going like this. Now this one can get 2 rose windows, so it doesn't actually matter. But if it doesn't take this one, then think about it, right? Let's say it takes this one. Then this one needs to have 2 rose windows in it, or 2 reds. So that one actually goes like this. This one we're gonna separate like this. This one we're gonna separate like this. But I actually do know a lot about this rose window already. We know that this area needs to come out and then it needs to get a rose. So this one comes here. This area needs to come out and get a rose. So that one goes there. This area now needs to get out. This one comes here, but we don't actually know what it does next. This one comes here. Now it needs to get out without touching another rose. And then we can probably just finish it from here. Is that right? I'm looking. I think it's like that. Yeah, perfect. Turning up my nose at these puzzles right now. They're all gross. Gross. No, they're fine. Let's try and explode this one. What do we got? 4 out of 18 for explosions. For goldness. I was looking at the Steam achievements. I think I might have mentioned this in my last video, but I can't remember what I've said or not. I go so long between recordings that I just can't remember. How much area is this? 45. Okay, so that's divisible by 9. That's 9 by 9. Right? That's right, right? Yeah. Yeah. Great. No, that'd be 90. No, 81. 9 by 5? Whatever. 9, 18, 27, 36, 45. Yeah, perfect. I was right. What we know is that this area kind of does something like this. It actually can't touch this one either. So then this one needs to come out. So it does touch that one. Now this one could be like 4, for example. Go 1 up. And then this will be like this. Could it be like that? That's fine. I think. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. There we go. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Like that. And then that's the rest. Perfect. Beautiful. I thought I saw neighboring ridges must have different shapes. Right. So these all actually connect. Because they can't be different. If they're the same shape. So like all of that probably necessary. I don't know. That I think happens. Although those are now the same. Well, I think that all of this is necessary, right? What I think actually happens is that this happens. That, and then this. Now this could be like a T-piece, for example. Oh, the T-piece is the same as that one. Can't be an L-piece. Can't be a square piece. Could be a Z-piece. Like this. And then this could be... L-piece? No. L-piece, L-piece. Z-piece. But then we've got problems. Multiple problems. I think that's correct. That's correct. But then there's a T. And we can't have a T touching a T. Let's reset this for a second. This definitely must happen. Can this one go any other way than this one? Now this one needs to come out, right? So it needs to do that. Now these two need to be connected. So that's all good so far. Now this one I'm pretty sure needs to be like this. Now, yeah, no, it has to be like this. So all this should be correct. Now this one needs to come out. It needs to be like that. Now this one needs to come out and be like that. Now this one needs to come out but cannot. So it needs to do that. Is this an L and that's a straight? Yeah, okay. So it was better starting from the other side than starting from that side and then having to think about it that way. Yeah, let's do this one. Nice, easy puzzle. Does each region... Okay. Let's move this one out for a second. Let's move this one out for a second. Okay. I think it's this one there, this one here, this one like this one like this, and that's the rest. I would explain that, but it's easy enough. Figure it out yourself. So rude. Could this... Nah, I think it's like this. Dun 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 dun. Done. That doesn't pick up a red. Is it? Potentially. No, because every shape has to have one of every symbol, right? So whatever this shape is needs to pick up all colors. I can only pick up a red from here, which I just don't think is possible. Even if we just put it in like... Yeah, it's just not possible. So it needs to pick up this red. Now this red could be like that, for example. But we needed to pick up this shape, which is the annoying bit. The other thing is it could be like this, which I think is fine, and is like the real only way to pick out this, and then that's just the rest, right? Okay, that's exploded now. We could theoretically do this one, but you know what? I'm enjoying these ones. Yeah, they're using my brain, so let's try them. Okay. I do see an immediate problem, right? This one. And then this one. And then this one. Nah. Slight problem. Slight problem. Alright, that's not correct. Could be like this as well. That's the other option that I was thinking of. Maybe it's easier, I don't know, to start on this side. Because, like, look at this. Alright. Can we get that plus without hitting that? Not like this. And not like this, definitely. And not like this. So we need it, and then this plus doesn't work because it needs to get into this area. So we know for sure that this one does go like this. Now we do just need this plus to not hit that thing. And is that possible? Like, No. But it must be. Oh. Brain. Work brain. Brain. I'm trying... No, and that definitely doesn't work because we need... No. Areas don't need to be... So that could theoretically work, right? And then that could be like that. This could be like this. That's totally fine. I thought they all had to be 4 regions. They don't. I'm just crying for no reason. That one and that one. That's fine. This one could be like this. This one needs to be more than a 1. Could be like that. Could be like this, to be honest. Yeah, that's fine. Could be like this. This. Well, we've got a slight problem over here, but not a problem I can't figure out. So it's actually probably easier to start down the bottom here. Let me think about this. Like that. Brain. This one's now messed up. This one does not have to be like this. This one does have to be like this or this, I think. So let's lock it in like that. But now this one, no, so it does have to be the other way. It has to be like this. This then needs to be a 1, that needs to be a 1. This one could theoretically be like this, that's fine. Then this one could theoretically be like this. Can't actually be any other way. This one has to be like this. This one has to be like this. Because we're trying to fit in as much of these shitty shapes as possible. I'm gonna scream. I'm gonna scream. Oh. I feel like I can get one away. Oh. Maybe it is this one. And then this one takes up more of this area. Oh, it's so close. This one needs to come like this, I think. Oh, that can't. It needs to do like this. And this one could be theoretically like this. Is that all fine? That one's like that. That one's like that. Oh, thank you. I feel like I've unlocked a new area of my brain. Oh, that feels good. Oh, this one feels like so easy compared. You know? This one does this as well. It doesn't need, like, the only issue is, right. I'm talking to myself. Well, I mean, I'm always talking to myself on this YouTube channel, right? It's not like there's anyone here replying to me. No. I think it does do that, but it also does this. How much is this at the moment? 9. Has to come eat that one. This one I think does the opposite. Comes eats this one. That's probably 10. Yeah. And then this one just takes up the remaining area. Explosions. Oh, okay. Needs to be a 2. That needs to lock in. Because it can't be a 3, because otherwise it would take up too much area. This one could be a 3. That's fine. The two regions, right, okay. This one needs to be a 2, for sure. Or a 1. No, it has to be a 2. This one, I think, has to be a 3. This one needs to be different, so it can be a 2. This one needs to be a 2. This one needs to be a 2. This one needs to be a 2. This one probably needs to be a 1. Be a 2. But then it would be the same. This one probably needs to be a 3. This one needs to be a 3. Oh, 2. Oh, no. Oh, let's reset. I do think that this, right, because this one needs to get 1, because otherwise it doesn't have a single symbol. So it needs to eat that. We need to think about, like, areas needing to eat. I mean, theoretically, this one could be 4. Like, there's no reason why it can't be. So what we'll do is we'll just mark that off for now. Again, like, this one needs to eat. Then it has to stay there. This one needs to eat. Could theoretically expand. This one needs to eat. Could theoretically expand. This one needs to eat. Could theoretically expand. But if it does expand, then can this one be a 3? No, it can't be. So that one just locks in there, actually. This one needs to eat. And can't be a 3. All of these need to eat. This one then needs to be a 2. This one needs to eat. This one needs to eat. Can't move to a 3, so this one needs to be a 3. For this one to be a 3, it needs to be like this. This needs to then be a 4. That's a 1. This is probably a 2. Where have I gone wrong? Maybe this one? No. No, let's start again. Yeah, this one has to be a 2. If it's a 3, then yeah, there's just no way to do it. I mean, like, theoretically there is actually. There's that. So, actually that's fine. That one needs to eat. Let's do all the ones that need to eat. Now that one can't move anywhere further. This one needs to eat. Could theoretically move further. Why didn't I think of that before? This one does need to eat. This one also needs to eat. Is there any other hungry spaces? Yeah, over here. This one also is hungry. Needs to come over to here. This one needs to go 3. Could go like that, I guess. But I think this one is like this. Just judging. Yeah, it would be like this. Go like this. Like that, yeah, perfect. Oh, that one was hard as well. That one comes out. What do we got? We got no rules about sizes, only shapes. Well, let's think about like this, for example. This can't be the case because then they're just the same shape. So what we know is that this one comes up here. Now, it could theoretically go like this. That's fine. And then this would be fine. But then think about the square, right? Because this needs to get into here somehow. So it needs to do this, or it needs to do this. And that just annihilates that square. So that's actually wrong. But doesn't that mean that... Because the only two ways that this one can go is like this, or like this, right? Or am I thinking... Maybe I'm thinking wrong. This. That one, and then we've got that one, that one. So maybe it is like this, but then they're the same shape. This must be correct. Maybe I'm just thinking of this L shape wrong. Or am I? No. Well, I mean, the L shape has to do this, right? And this. And this. Ah, I see now. I'm stupid. This and this are right? That and that. Or something like that. No, I think it's like this. This does this. That and that. This does this. And this. And that's the rest. Whew, okay. Whew. We're thinking about it. We're thinking with portals. I feel my brain expanding. There we go. Easy enough. Not too hard at all. Maybe something like that. And then this one and this one. There we go. Perfect. Two little seahorses having a nice party together. Let's do this one. Perfect. Could be just one. That's fine. Could be 1, 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2, 1. Yeah, perfect. Perfect. Let's go back to this one for a while. I want to do these little shapey boys. Could be like this. Oh, those are touching. Well, I mean, this one definitely does this. So this one just can't touch any of that. So it can't go down. Has to go this way. This one has to come out. This one has to do this. That's a 2. Oh, I see something. This. Now. That does that. That's a 1. But. Yeah, let's go back here for a second. If this one has to do this one has to do this because it can't touch this one at all. Yeah, it must do. Then we need to think about this one next. And I feel like it can only be like this, right? It can't be like 3 like that. Can't be 3 like that. Yeah, so it must be 3 like this. And this one can't touch this at all. So it needs to come like this. This one could be a 1, I guess. But then let's think about this one. Right? This one just needs to not touch. And no matter how I draw it in, it's going to touch. Because it could touch like this. But is this all... Oh, I don't want to press the check, but let's get back to it. Let's get to this one. Alrighty. So let's move there. Let's merge that. Let's merge this. Let's merge this. Let's do this. Let's do this. Let's do that. This has to be a 2. So this one has to be a 3. This one needs to be a 2. 3. 2. 2. 3. Yeah, that's easy enough. What was I missing? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. No. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2. Alrighty. Perfect. 1. No, 1 here. So this one needs to be a 3. This one can't be a 1 or a 3 or a 6. So that's... This one's probably a 6. Because it can't be a 1 or a 3. So... Now, this one can't be a... So it needs to be that. This one's a 1, obviously. This one has to be a 3. Go like that. This one has to be a 1. I think this one has to be a 6. Because it's touching a 1 and a 3. That's a 1. Make a little T shape down here. Nothing else, I swear. That's wrong. 1, 1, 2, 3. Where did we go wrong? Let's start from the start again. This is definitely a 3 because it has to be different. Now this one has to be a 1 because it has to be different. These two need to be different. These two need to be different. So this can't be a 1 or a 3, so it has to be a 6. That's the only way to make a 6. This one can't be a 1 or a 3, so it has to be a 3. This one could be a 1 or a 3 or a 6. Well, it can't be a 6, but you know what I mean. This one can't be a 1 or a 6, so it has to be a 3. This can't be a 3 or a 6, so it has to be a 1. Well, again, get the cool T-shape. This one can't be a 1 or a 3, so it has to be a 6, because it's touching both. The only way to make a 6 is like this. This one's a T-shape. Now this one could theoretically go out. This one's a 1 or a 3. No, a 1. Just because it's touching a 6 and a 3. Now this one could be a 1 as well. That's fine. If it is a 1, this is a 3. What other ones are necessary? There needs to be a 6 here. That's the only way that that can work. This one now is touching a 1 and a 6 either way, so it has to be a 3. But like the 3 could go like this. That's fine. And then this could be a 1. But either way, we know it goes here. Now, it can't go over here because that would leave a 2. So it does come over to here. That and that are both correct. This one has to be a 1 just because it's all that fits in here. This one's a 3. That's a 1. Okay, perfect. I like the blue. Blue's probably my favorite of the colors, to be honest. In here, in this palette. No. Could be like that. But I hate it. I didn't read that wrong. Neighboring regions must have different shapes. So for example, this can't happen. These actually do need to be part of something. Let's change back to this. Let's draw in these. Is it that? No. Remember that this one cannot touch another one in any way. So it has to go here, right? Because it comes here. It can't come here, for example. Because then it's just immediately touching one. It can't come here. It could be like this. That's fine. And that way it's not touching anything. This one can't come here or here. Or here. This one can't go this way, or this way. I do think like this one probably takes up as much room as it possibly can down here. Just because like that makes sense. That could be a 1, that could be a 1, this could be a 2. Now this one could take up as much room as it wants down here. This room. Take that room up. That's a 2, that's a 1. This one could take up this room, but then it's touching. can't go this way, can't go this way. So it kind of has to either go this way or this way. Can't go this way, can't go this way. Yeah, I think this one does do this and then does this. So this one's actually wrong. Maybe this one does like that. Yeah, I know. And then we think about this one. Like that. Perfect. Alrighty. What's this one? A 3. Neighboring regions must have different shapes. Could be like this. One. No. 1. 2. No, I think that the question is to look at these. They kind of have to be 1, 2, 3, 1, 2, 3, 1. But then what is happening here? 1, 1, 2, 3. And then we could have this be a 4. Yeah, perfect. Is this one that I did? Yeah. Oh, this is the one that I looked at previously and decided was too hard. That's right. Is this the same? No, it's not the same one. Because we know that that for sure happens. No. Okay. Neighboring regions must have different shapes. So what we know is that this one doesn't go up here because then it's just going to touch that. So that one has to do this. This one has to do that. Those need to be different. Now this one can't even go into here. So it needs to do this. It also can't go into here. So I think either way that it goes, it picks up this one. So it could do like that, for example, or like this. This is probably correct because otherwise it's getting far too close to the other bad boys in the yard. Oh, like that. Yeah, I think that's correct. Because this is a 2, this is a 2, 1, 1, 1, 2. Those are all correct. That's a 2. This one is a 3 like this. That's a 2, that's a 2, that's a 1. Nice enough, easy enough, good enough. More other things that are enough. Oh, this is the one that I looked at before, where we know that this is correct. This one needs to come out, could theoretically go up like that. This one just needs to not touch this one at all. Can't do that. Can do that. Can't do this. Can't do... Yeah, it has to do that, I think. Then this one's different. Could do this. I'm gonna try and take up as little room as possible by being a base bitch. There we go. I think that's all correct, right? I don't know why I didn't think of that before. Maybe that does that. That's a 2. That's a 1. That's a 2. This one could honestly be like that. That's fine. This one next. Can't touch that one at all, so it does something like that. Yeah. I think this one's wrong. It's the only one that is wrong there. I think. Something like that. No, let's start again. Let's lock in this. Clearly right. Clearly right. Yeah, this one. Clearly right. This one. Could be like this. What other ways could it go? Like this, like this, like this. Honestly, could go anywhere. Could go anywhere. Probably does. Not this, but you know what? It's locked in. Boo, boo, boo. Still correct. Still correct. Still correct. Still correct. Yeah, it is. This one, that's, I think, correct. This one has to do that. This one then has to do this. This one then has to do this. No. Does it? No, it could go like that, I think. This one could be like this. That one. I mean, like, fine. That's fine. That's fine. 1, 1, 1, 1. I'm gonna cry. Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? Where did I go wrong? Alright, one more try. This time, I might use a hint. Yeah, I think I need it. Probably. You guys are probably screaming at me, yelling at me, calling me names, making me sad. No, I'm sure you're lovely. It just must be right. Now this Is this all correct so far? What do we think? Probably. Could be. Could be. Could be like that. Does that work? No. So where have I gone wrong? Tell me. Nowhere. Nowhere, of course. Does this one do this? Yeah, no, I didn't think so. So if this is all correct, then we know that happens. We know that happens. We know that happens. Okay. It's really this one that I need to think about. It could do something like this, right? That could do that, and that could do that. And then... Oh, what a massive undertaking. Oh. Alrighty. Neighboring shapes have different shapes. Alrighty. That's a 3. That's a 2. That's a 2. This, probably a 3. 2. 2. No. 2. 1. There we go. One. Could be a 3 as well. Let's make it a 3. Perfect. Can't go this way, can't go this way. So it has to be like this. Sure, make this a 3. Make this a 2. Make this a 3. Make this a 2. Make this a 2. Make this a 3. Make this a 2, that a 1. Oh no, no. This needs to be a 2, that can be a 1, that can be a 2. That's a 1, and this is a 3. There we go. Oh, a nice little silver. A silver boyo. Alrighty, what's my time? Alright. Neighboring regions must have different shapes. So for example, these have to be in a... Those have to be. These can't be touching. These have to be probably. Like that. Yeah. But then that. But then I guess it could be like this. Because those don't actually have to be touching. I just wanted them to be touching for some reason. But, ooh. Do we think we can do this little 4 region before we leave for the day? Or is it going to be too difficult? Probably too difficult because I've already effed it up. There we go. There's just nothing that goes that way, right? I think that probably goes like this. And then we can have like a little bad boy. Like that. Although those can't be touching. So this needs to be like a W. This one needs to be a P. This needs to be a T. Can we start from the start? I want to change this. This is a P. This is a W. This one's a T. Because it needs to touch a P, W, and a T. Now this one can either be a P or a T. Can't be a T though. So I think it has to be a P. Like this. This could be a, has to be a W actually. W like this I think is probably the best. T. W. This needs to be a P, which is fine. Actually not fine now. I don't know why. Actually, let's just get back to here. Because I think that for sure this is correct. Just a matter of where this T goes. This could go like that, but then is there anything that fits in here? Not a P, not a W, not a T. The other way that it could go is like this. This would have to be a W. This would have to be a W. Specifically like that as well. This would have to be a P. This would have to be a P. Could be a P like that. This could be a W. That's perfectly really. Could this be a W like this? P. I don't think that that one is a W like that. I do think that the rest of this is probably correct. I could check, I guess. Yeah, I think I thought so. This does need to be. It can't be a W. Could be a T. Let's think about T's. I think that it can't be a T. I think it has to be a P, just because of this bit. Right then we're just leaving a 1 gap. If we do a T like this, we're just leaving a 1 gap. So P, a P could be like that, but then it would be touching another P. Could be like that. I think it has to be like this. Now this one does have to be a W, right? Now, this one can't be a W. So it's probably like that. Then a W is like this. This is a T. And that's a P. Yeah. Alrighty. Well, that's me done for the day. I did use a few hints there, but I feel like the hints that I used were a lot better than the hints I used in previous videos, so hopefully you don't hate me too much. In the meantime, have a wonderful rest of your day. If you haven't already, make sure to like, comment, or subscribe, and in the meantime, see ya!